Sergeant Major Alfred Lamb, United States Army, October 1959 to October of 1989. The Army had just been integrated for approximately 4 years. It was very difficult because the draft was still in force, and there was a lot of soldiers, including myself. I had never shared a bunk or a area that sleeping and showering and eating with other soldiers of different races and different ethnicities. I served in the Vietnam War. I went into combat in September of 1966 and served until September of 1967. We used to call the dining facility mess hall, the mess hall. Now that gives you a description of how the food was. When you say mess, that's what the food was, a mess. But the worst thing that I ate in my 30 years in the military was what we call sea rations. And in the sea ration box, they would give you a little main meal and the lima beans and ham. And let me tell you something, you eat some cold lima beans and some ham out there in the field, you're about ready to go out and kill anybody you see. The military shapes your life by giving you the discipline that you need in order to be successful in life. I enlisted as a general supply clerk at Fort Jackson, South Carolina. After leaving Fort Jackson, I served as a stock control and accounting specialist. I went on to be a supply sergeant. I was promoted into being a stock control and accounting supervisor, which was at the E7 level. After that, I served as a specialist in charge of the entire quartermaster school correspondence program. And I also served as the first sergeant of the quartermaster school headquarters company. And I was promoted while serving in Fort Myers, Virginia. I served on an enlisted promotion board and was promoted to sergeant major while serving in Washington, D.C. My wife is also a veteran of the United States Army. I thank God for her. She has always been a very strong woman, a very strong and powerful woman of God. I met her in the Army at Fort Lee, Virginia. I was sitting at my desk as first sergeant of headquarters company, quartermaster center, and she walked in, and when she walked in, I knew immediately that she was going to be my wife and going to be the mother of my 2 sons. She was specialist 4th class at the time, and I was the 8th. And the Army does not allow fraternization, nor do they allow soldiers with higher rank to date lower ranking soldiers. You need to have 1 rank below and maybe 2 ranks above in order for you to be dating or marrying another soldier. And I waited for that time, and once she was discharged from the Army and I was retired from the Army, we joined hands in holy matrimony, and we've been hooked and sharing the same foxhole ever since. Having the faith in God and going into the military, I knew that I was born 2 days after the bombing of Pearl Harbor, December 9th, 1941. And knowing that that was the start of World War II, and I was just destined to be a soldier. And I thank God this day that I served 30 years. This is my 59th Veterans Day. And next year, I will be celebrating 30 years in the military and 30 years out of the military. Praise God, from whom all blessings flow.